Hi there, Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising friends. Sondra from For Your Chi, and this is your February of 2026 reading. Welcome to February. Well, I see some things here that pique my interest. Let's get into your reading. The first 6 houses will be here on YouTube. The remainder will be on Patreon. Tier 2 is what you want for the extended readings. And you'll also get my yearly readings if you get Tier 2 for 2026 predictions, all 12 signs. The first 72 hours or so of February, you have the base chakra. Be mindful of your energy at the beginning of this month. If you start feeling under the weather or tired, make sure you're taking care of your body the best way that you can. Boost your immune system, whatever it is that you do that works. Some people take vitamin C and that works for them. Some people get shots of vitamin D. We're trying something new, excuse me, called fire cider. I would not recommend it if you have a weak stomach because it's very powerful tasting, not the best tasting. But the good news is that you have abundance coming in for you. So there's more money or news of more money right around the corner. Now, many Sagittarians are continuing to feel Jupiter's retrograde. Jupiter does not go back online for you until March. So if money seems off or things seem tight, just know that when Jupiter comes back online, there's always some sort of blessing that you receive from Jupiter. Now, a lot of times that can be more money or news of more money, usually on or around that day, which I have to look up that particular day. I want to say it's around the 10th, but I'll have to look it up. But sometimes it's not money or news of money. Sometimes it's an opportunity that eventually leads to more money. Or some sort of bigger benefit than what you currently have now. So please continue to be optimistic. Now, as I'm saying that, I also see it's kind of like a heads up in your 12th house, which we will get to in the extended reading. And we'll have to see, of course, what March says for you, money-wise. If the money comes now, before Jupiter goes online, super. I love that. If it comes when Jupiter goes online in March, fantastic. But what I'm going to say is, because of what I see in the 12th house, and I know Sagittarians do not like to hear this, I would squirrel some of it away because you may need extra in around the month of May. But I'm not saying that that's going to be 100% true. Of course, for all of you, I did my little trick, which is what my guides told me to do whenever I see something that's a little bit concerning in cards. And so I've done that for you today. And I expect it's going to work just like it does every other single time. So I'm giving you a little extra there, Sag. Extra help. Your second house. This is good news. You are planting good money seeds, Sag. And so because the universe is fertile and it is waiting for you to plant those seeds, it is going to be utmost important that you plant as many good seeds as possible. Yes, this means positive affirmations. This means visualization, intentional visualization meditation. This could also mean a physical planting of a seed, like a investment of a small amount of money that could yield large amounts of money later. The fertility in the second house, there was one more thing that I thought of. Let me see if it comes back to me. Give me just a second, Sag. I need to look at something really quick. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to say is donations. Now, this can be donations of your time. If you don't have a lot of resources, this could be an extra tip to your waitress. This could be picking up a random person's tab at a restaurant. Things like this have a way of coming back to us. And lastly, one of the things that I was taught a long time ago with money is, for those of you that actually pay bills, like, you know, you write the check out for your bills, or we really don't do that anymore, but you pay it online. In the process of paying it, I was taught, and this really works, to bless the money as you're writing it out and give thanks for the service or the whatever that that money provides. So for example, if you're paying your mortgage payment, say a little prayer of gratitude for the roof that you have over your head, or the beautiful home that you live in, and its warmth and its protection, and go on, and bless that money and ask that it be returned to you, whatever, 1,000-fold, 10,000-fold, whatever you want, and see what happens. Now, the focus card simply exacerbates the fertility message here. They really want you to put your nose to the grindstone in this, and this could be all about planting the seeds specifically for when Jupiter comes around, so that they harvest very quickly, is what I mean. Which would be awesome, let's face it. Just like you, right? Your third house, your brother or sister, they're meeting someone. They're meeting a new friend, they're meeting a new lover, or they could have just met someone that they really jive with, or they could be really getting along with their partner right now. There is a healing that takes place here, so either your sibling gets healed or is in the process of healing, their partner or a close friend gets healed, or there could be a healing and a recoming together of this relationship, this situationship, this friendship. Either way, it's fantastic news. Your fourth house, your house of home, where you currently live. This could also be talking about your father if it's not talking about your home space. You reminiscent of times past when your home was new, when it was different, or when you lived somewhere else. This could also be talking about a time of when someone else who no longer lives with you used to live with you, and you're thinking of that. This could be like an empty nester now, when they're thinking about when their kids lived with them. Something like this. They want you to look for a sign. Now, of course, this could also be your father or your father figure that's going down memories lane, and you know, that makes sense, right? They do that a lot. But there's something about a sign here. Look for a sign, ask for a sign. This could be someone who's contemplating moving, and you want to know what direction you should take. Should you or should you not? Some of you may need a reading. Your fifth house, your socialization, fun friends, single for those of you dating Sagittarians. Okay, super lucky here. Now, whenever I see this, plus you have a guardian angel, I would always advise the client, but particularly a Sagittarius, right? Make sure that you at least go on one outing in the month of February that has to do with, you know, some sort of social event. Usually these are charitable, you know, dances, like for charity. They have a prom, like I've heard of a prom, an adult prom for Habitat for Humanity. Things like this, where you get door prizes or there's some kind of raffle. You know, if you go in a card tournament, you could win, but it has to be around a social event. Now, I am seeing some sort of, you know how they do these tour bus things where you buy a ticket, you get on the bus with a group of people, and then you go somewhere fun. And there could be some winnings as a result of going on this kind of trip. Day trip, afternoon. It's not a big trip. I love it. All right, now your 6th house, work and health. You have new beginnings. New beginnings at work, new beginnings at a job, doing something new that you've never done before. Some of you, this is a brand, it doesn't have to do with work, it's a brand new health journey. New diet program, new exercise, all of the above. New medication regimen, new supplement regimen, new doctor. And interesting, you should have forgiveness. Now, for some of you, this is going to be talking about a person at work that you've had a argument with, falling out. You could have had an argument with your supervisor, boss, or the owner or something, or an employee. And this, your forgiveness and mutual forgiveness is required at this time. For others of you, this is going to be forgiving yourselves, or forgiving a past situation or a person because you have harbored anger and it has, for lack of a better term, settled into your body somehow. And you are having, or you have been recently having, physical symptoms as a result of harboring this anger or resentment. Sometimes these emotions are so powerful and they do not get resolved, and people can hold a grudge and it affects their health. So if I'm talking to you and you're having physical symptoms as a result of your disdain, discord, and maybe this isn't with a person but a situation, this could be even like on a global level where you're just so upset, you're so upset that you have gotten yourself sick. It is time to release this now. This is not serving you, it's actually harming you. And I'm talking to a lot of people out there in the collective, not necessarily just a Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarians usually don't hold on to these things globally because they're called the Santa Claus of the zodiac for a reason. They like to be jolly, they like to be fun, they like to buy stuff, they like to give people presents. It's not really the negative side of that. So just be cautious of that. Now, who's around you in your primary relationships in the 7th house before we go to the extended? Wow, you've got the cups here big time. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but you also pulled, guess what? Another Scorpio card. We've got a double Scorpio here on the table. And I'm going to laugh at that because that's what I am, and my husband is a Sag, so I guess I showed up in his reading, didn't I? If you want to follow me in the extended, the link is below. It's on tier 2 on Patreon. And of course, if you don't want a subscription, you can buy the video if you're interested in that. Many blessings to you, Sag. Take care. Happy February and happy Valentine's Day.